Split testing on Amazon. That's something of a buzzword right now. Amazon itself has got a little thing in there to help you do that. There's other pieces of software to do that. But I think all of those pale in comparison to the strategy that I'm going to lay out for you in this video. Now, if you like this kind of information where I'm helping you with advanced content to really go to the next level in your Amazon business, be sure to like this video, and that way I'll know that you want more advanced information. And be sure as well to subscribe to my channel. We post brand new information each and every day. All right, let's get into it. A/B split testing, wonderful. But for me, you should put your product in front of your potential customers. Well, how the fucking hell are we going to do that? Turns out you can actually do it quite easily. So the easiest way to do that is to use Facebook. So I want to show you how to use Facebook to A/B split test your products and get exactly the same results that you'd get from PickFu, but I think better data, because you're going to put them in front of people who are actual potential customers for your product. And that's really who we should give a shit about, not some random person who got sent the email. Oh, I like that one more, but you know, it doesn't. It's like showing your mum your logo, you know what I mean? Like, I love my mum, but she ain't my customer, so at no point showing her the logo, you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. All right, so here's how you do it. So this is, I'll show you somebody doing it first. This is Pharma Packs. I showed you those earlier. This is the company that's just about to go public through what's called a SPAC, and they're going to go public at just over $1 billion in valuation. Okay, so if we scroll down into page transparency, just here, and we can click on See All, and then we can click on their ad library. So that will now show us all of the ads that Pharma Pack is running. Okay, here's one I prepared earlier. So these are all the ads that Pharma Pack is running, and you can see they're running some great adverts, doing a lot of testing with their ads, but we can see they're also doing a lot of split testing with their ads as well. So it says 2 ads use this creative and text. Let's have a little slow down, see if there's anything else. So we've got here 3 ads are using that particular creative and text. And so what it looks like is happening is this company is split testing what's called audiences. So they put the same advert in front of different groups of people to see which group of people buys the product. Okay, that's a great split test to do, and it's part and parcel, for instance, of figuring out who your customer avatar is. So super important to do. Anyway, so what does that mean for us? That's where that advert goes, by the way, as well. Let's just click on one of their ads so you can see exactly what that is. This is a really good idea to do. You should absolutely go and suss out competition, for sure. But also, you know, you can go and suss out not competition and just go and get ideas for ads as well. That's also a very cool thing to do. So that's where the advert takes them, just so you can see how that works, okay? All right. So now, what we're going to do is this. So we have our hero image, and we've already established that Amazon considers the hero image to be the most important element of the product details page. We know that because it's what Amazon puts first place in when we do a search in the search engine results page. The hero image is what shows up first. Okay, so we know it's utterly important because Amazon tells us that. We also know that the text here, the title, is very important as well because Amazon puts that second. Okay, and we can, of course, therefore test hero images and also text using Facebook ads. And so an example of that is this could be our hero image, this main image here, this lovely lady, the video, and this could be our title. That's one way, very simple way that would work. Okay, just so you can wrap your head around how it works before I show you how to do it. And the way I do this is I do my hero image. Let's find a better hero image. Maybe that's okay. So I do my hero images, and There are 2 times when you can do this, and both are equally as good. So if you are a complete beginner, and this is a little bit advanced, but stick with me. If you're a complete beginner or you're thinking of launching a new product, then you can use this strategy to test your product idea before you take it to market, for instance. And that's a uber cool thing to do. You'll get a shitload of information about your product. I use it for any product I sell on Amazon. I always get it customized. I get customizations made to the product, okay? And so I use it to test what customizations I'm going to do, and then I'll know with certainty, or at least a higher degree of certainty than my guess I had before, what customization is going to work best. Okay, so that's one way you can use it to save yourself a lot of time and of course also money. But you can also use it when your product is up and running. You can also use it to optimize your listing to make more money from that listing. And the easiest way to do that is by running a split test on the hero image and also a split test on the title. Okay, so that's the 2 things, the only things that really you need to test. You can of course test price. You'll be amazed what difference price makes to things. Very, very often increasing the price increases the sales, for instance. I don't know why that is. I could guess, but that's all it would ever be, a guess, but it does. So let's talk about how you do that. So there's a couple of different ways of getting that done. I'm going to show you beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, so beginner, this is 0 cost to you to get this done. You can take your hero image, this one right here. You can upload that into Canva, and you can add things onto that hero image or manipulate the image to make it different in some way so that you can then run a split test. So an obvious split test for this, for instance, would be, well, that's currently in somebody's hand. What about if it was not in somebody's hand? Would that make it better? Would that give more people? Kind of like that split test there. So a foot versus the whole person, that was their split test, okay? And you can see they just chopped off that poor ballerina's leg and added it up into the image on the left, okay? That's all they did there. And you can do all of that in Canva, and that's all free, okay? So that's the free version of doing that. Your next level is using something like Fiverr to either get that work done for you, so you just get them to make the changes that you have suggested they make, or a more interesting way of doing it, if you're at the beginning of your journey, is whenever I get packaging designed, we'll always get at least 3 different designers to design the packaging for the product, and then we'll use Facebook ads to split test which packaging is best. So that way we'll know with certainty. So we'll get 3 different designs, we put those to the test, and that way we're able to say design C, that performs the best, okay? So that's kind of like your intermediate way of doing it. And you can see packaging design here, it's pretty cheap, 31 euros. I mean, I'm in Portugal, so everything's in euros, but you can use that to get it done. Get 3 different designers, even just 2 different designers to do your packaging for you or to do your hero images for you. You'll get 2 different versions. You just run them side by side, straight A/B split test, see what happens. One will outperform the other. The third way, the more advanced way, so this is the kind of expert way, is to use something like 99 Designs. I do a lot of projects through 99 Designs, and you'll get, you don't get 99 designs back, unfortunately, but you will get 20 designs back, for instance. So you'll get 20 different designers all submitting a design based upon your design brief, and from that you'll get 20 different designs, and then all we do is we take those 20 different designs and we split test them just exactly like I just explained to Tracy. 2 go up, 1 wins, we dump the one that lost, we bring up the next one, and we try and beat that, what's now called the control. Okay, so we do that heaps. That works really, really well as well. So that's beginner, intermediate, advanced way of getting your images done. And then there is a kind of beginner and a intermediate way of setting up your split test. So let's go into that before I show you exactly how to do it. All right, so what do you do with those images? So you've got two options. The first and the easiest option is to simply change your hero image on Amazon and change it out, okay? Sorry, let's go back a step. So you've got two options what to do with your people. So you're going to take your advert and you'll change, and you've got two adverts running. One of them will have image A as your hero image. The other one will have image B. So this lady could be image number A, and then we do an exact same advert with image B. Whichever advert gets clicked on the most, that's the one that wins the test. Simple as that. And so that begs the question, what happens when they click on the advert? Okay, so beginner's thing to do is just to send them directly to your product details page, ready for them to hopefully go ahead and buy your product from you. Okay, so that's wonderful. If they do that, you're putting it in front of potential customers. If they click on an image and they like the image, then hopefully they're also going to be interested in your product, and that's going to result in some sales for you. But sales is not the goal for this, okay? Getting information about your product is the goal for this. So that's the beginner's way of doing it. The next level of this is absolutely to send them to what's called a landing page. And the reason you would want to do this more than sending it to your product details page is twofold. Firstly, if you send them to a landing page, you can then create custom audiences based on the people that arrive on your landing page. That's kind of cool. That's very sexy. And you can therefore create what's called a lookalike audience on the back of that, which means that everybody that clicked on your advert and in effect kind of self-selected themselves for people who are interested in your product, you can then take that group of people and say to Facebook, hey, all these people clicked on my advert. I want you to find heaps more of these kind of people so I can put my advert in front of them as well. And that's called a lookalike audience, and Facebook will go out and find that for you. And the easiest way of doing it is with a landing page, okay? Because it allows us to put the little pixel that Facebook requires onto it. So that's one reason to do it. Second reason to do it is something we've already talked about, which is called the unit session percentage. So if you remember, unit session percentage, the number of people that arrive on your product details page and then purchase, okay? And then purchase, important. So if you're sending shitloads of people from Facebook to your product details page and they ain't purchasing, then you will ruin your unit session percentage, and that's bad, okay? It's okay if you've got a brand new listing and you don't actually have a unit session percentage yet. You can build that up after you've done all your tests, and that's okay to do. But if you've got an existing listing and you do that, it will ruin your unit session percentage, and you may find yourself being penalized for that in drop in rank in the search engine results. So that's why if I've got something up and I've already got it live and I'm looking to optimize, absolutely use a landing page. I use lead pages. You don't need to use that. There's heaps of others out there. Unbounce, they do a good job. There's heaps of them, yeah? But I use lead pages to do all of my stuff. And you can see all it is, it's all the details from an Amazon listing, hero image, add to cart, which is just stolen from Amazon, some reviews, all the other images, all the bullet points. That's all it is, okay? That doesn't need to be much. I mean, it could just be that. It could just be that, all right? And then your add to cart button, that goes to Amazon, and you can make sales that way, okay? But the idea being, if they're just having a bit of a sticky beak, send them here first. let them have a sticky beak where it doesn't matter, and then the people that are interested, send them to your product details page. They'll buy, your unit session percentage will improve, and that's a nice virtuous cycle, okay? All right, so there's that. Let's continue on. Oh, I was going to show you, what was I going to show you? This. So this is one test, set of split tests that we ran with all sorts of different images that we've done. This is for a keto diet shake that I used to sell. I don't sell it anymore. That's a long story, horrible story. But we had all these images done, ready to do split testing on them using exactly what I've just outlined for you, okay? So we did heaps of different stuff, including rather attractive young ladies to see if that would work. It didn't. So yeah, that was a very, very interesting test. Again, my assumption, attractive young ladies would sell more. They didn't. Very, very interesting. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are the fastest growing and largest community of e-commerce entrepreneurs, Amazon entrepreneurs right here in Australia, with over 2,600 members and growing, with sales of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, and of course come along and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. See you next time.